Los Alamitos is averaging 51 points a game, average margin of victory of 40 points, but they get their real first test this week. Mater Dei is looking for that first win, and La Habra, maybe they're finally going to beat a Pac-5 team this week. Hello again, everybody. I'm Steve Fryer here at OCVarsity.com for our Gridiron Show. It is week 4 here with Dan Albano in the beautiful palatial Orange County Register offices. Dan, let's take a look at this week's games. Let's start with one that I think is the game of the week, and that's Santa Margarita against Los Alamitos. Los Al has been blowing people out, Dan. You know, like I said, 40 points a game. Really haven't played anybody too challenging at all. But now they get Santa Margarita. Santa Margarita's got a couple issues. They're missing a couple guys, including River Craycraft. He's having foot surgery this week, and he may be out for the whole season. Been a very good receiver for them, a big-time playmaker. Myself, looking at this game, I think even without him, I think Santa Margarita, because the schedule they've played, you know, Tesoro and Tribuco and teams like that, they're more ready for this sort of thing than Los Al is, and just overall might be the better team. What's your take?
Yeah. You know, it's exciting because you finally we're going to finally find out how good Los Alamitos is. How good are the Griffins? Very hard to tell when they have not played a very tough schedule. And I think they know that. And I'm sure the Griffins are going to be excited to play and show how good they are. But I think they'll be overmatched by Santa Margarita. I think Santa Margarita is really outstanding this year. And I think the biggest advantage for the Eagles is going to be on that offensive line. They are just going to be huge up front. And they're going to have, I've seen Los Alamitos, and the Eagles are going to have decided advantage when it comes to line play. They're just going to be way bigger than Los Al. But I think Los Al will score some points. I think they're going to be Los Al will be very hard to stop for anybody this year. So it could be a bit of a high-scoring game. But I just think I think it will be a good game. But I think Santa Margarita wins.
Okay, that game's Thursday at Veterans Stadium in Long Beach. A game Friday, pretty close to here at Santa Ana Stadium. We've got Edison going up against Mater Dei. They play each other every year for several years now. Mater Dei, boy, maybe, you know, they're 0-3, but maybe 4 plays or something like that from being 3-0. They've been really close, had the lead on Centennial Corona, you know, lost a close one to Carson, and then lost in overtime last week to a really good San Clemente team. I don't think Mater Dei is going to get it done this week, man. It's a tough one to pick, almost a coin flip game, Danny. But I think Edison with Chase Favreau, Cedric Hill, pretty good running game. Even though, you know, they've lost a couple of guys, I still think Edison might be the better team overall.
It's an interesting game, and I think it's psychologically. There's, you know, who wants this game more? I mean, who could be hungrier in Orange County football than Mater Dei going 0-4? They'll probably, you know, I think after this they play Gardena. They're going to get that, you know, they're going to get a victory before they hit the Trinity League. But and then for Edison, this is a huge game too. I mean, they're coming off a loss to Servite. They have their bye week next until then they play Open Sunset League with Los Al. This is a huge game. Last year, Chase Favreau had a very hard time with that Mater Dei defense was really starting to peak at this time, and Mater Dei had a really decisive victory last year. I think Mater Dei is going to get the victory. I think they are so hungry. They're on the brink, and I just can't see them going 0-4. And I think you know, they've been playing great teams, and I just think they're due. They're just due to get that victory. It'll be a very close game. These guys always play some close games.
Well, I hope you're right, just to substantiate our inclusion of Mater Dei in the county top 10. We've been getting kind of ripped about that inclusion there. We'll talk about that in a minute. But another really good game this week is La Habra, St. John Bosco at La Habra. First game for La Habra in their nice little cozy home stadium, which is a big advantage. You know, we've seen La Habra play 3 Trinity League teams in a row this year. Servite, Orange Lutheran, overtime loss, tough game. And now St. John Bosco, they've been knocking on the door, getting real close. I think this time they knock that door down and get that victory over St. John Bosco. So I'm picking La Habra in that one. What do you say?
You know, this is, you know, credit to La Habra playing this incredible schedule. I think the Highlanders will win. I was surprised last week that Bosco lost to Loyola. That surprised me. But I think La Habra is due to get the victory. Aaron Porter, Brett Bartoloni, Sparling is looking great at quarterback.
Yeah.
They are physical, and they're going to have their hands full with St. John Bosco. It's very athletic, and there's Devontae Young is coming back to Orange County, running back for St. John Bosco. Bryce Treggs is a great receiver out of St. John Bosco. Yeah. So it's going to be very tough. Another tough game, but what do you expect when you're playing one of the best in the Trinity League? But I think La Habra gets a breakthrough victory. But if they don't, credit them for playing this great schedule.
A quick question for you, Dan, a topical one. We mentioned it briefly, is Mater Dei in the top 10. We have 10 people who vote on the top 10 panel, myself and you, include among the 10. 8 of us have included Mater Dei in our top 10, even though they're 0-3. My thoughts are they're coming pretty darn close against some pretty good teams. I don't see a team that's not in that top 10 that would beat Mater Dei, in my opinion. What's your take on that one?
It's interesting debate. The bottom line is wins and losses sometimes. That's a big factor, I should say. But then who you're playing and how the flow of the games are and the score of the games do matter. I mean, they have Mater Dei has 3 losses. I think the combined total is 19 points. So we're talking about 6 points a game. Some games are going right down to the last play or overtime. But if in my opinion, if they do lose this game, at 0-4, it'd probably be time to start looking at. I've been voting, somebody else, and they wouldn't get my vote for top 10 if they lost this game.
I'll go along with that one with you, Dan. And we've got a good debate going on about that at OCVarsity.com, where we're also going to have coverage of all these games. We've mentioned so many other great games. I think you're going to be with me at Mater Dei Edison on Friday over there. We'll be doing our updates. So many good things at OCVarsity.com. Our man behind the camera, Magic Man Jonathan Khamis. Great job with the Tough Knocks program that he's been doing every week with Santa Margarita. Now Edison has joined that group. It's a really good series. Very professionally done. Looks awesome. I think you guys should check it out here at OCVarsity.com. It's going to be another big week of football here at OCVarsity.com, where we've got you covered.